Ao vivo, we are live. Peace and blessings, everybody. That's my Portuguese. If you didn't know, now you know. Credit Gotti is here to break down how we were able to remove over 7 collections off one of our clients' reports. Everything that I do is to show you guys all how to do for self. But if y'all are ready, if y'all are here to learn how to do for self, I want you all to drop in the chat box, drop in the comments if you guys are watching the replay. I know most people will be watching the replay. Most people do watch my replays. And I want you guys to go ahead and drop I love myself. All right, I want you guys to express self-love. As we talked about on the other live, a huge mentor of mine has stressed the importance of self-love. And the more love that you put into self, the more love that you're able to give out to others as well too. So we're going to get right into it, and we're not going to waste any time. So many people think that with the collections account, you got to pay off that money. You got to pay off that collections account. You got to pay off that charge-off account. Well, in collections and charge-offs alone, we've discharged over $250,000 alone. So typically these clients would have paid over $250,000 in debt, and I'm just a small little fish in the pool of people helping other people with credit and discharging debt. I'm just one small little fishy. I'm just a little goldfish in the market. That's why I ask of all of you guys. I believe, though, with our mission, with our team, with our systems in place, that we have what it takes to become a shark in this industry and do $1 million in a month discharging over debt. So I believe our systems, our process is definitely, it works. So I'm going to show you guys some results. I'm going to give you guys some letters, but I want to make and put emphasis upon you guys not having to pay these reporting agencies. I froze up. All right, let me know when we're back good again. Let me know when we're good again. Drop a 3 in the chat box if we're good. When we're good, drop a 3 in the chat box. Let me know. Drop a 3 in the chat box when we're good again. Keep me posted. Let me know. Let me know. We good? No? Big blessings. Shout out to everybody tuning in. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you get the likes up, comments up, and we're going to be headed into the process here in a second. I'm just waiting for my connection to get better. I believe. Drop a 3 in the chat box if you guys can hear me good. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. Who here has a collection on their consumer report? Let me know if you guys got a collection on your consumer report. Okay, we're good. So we're going to go into the letter. Like I talked about, you guys do not have to pay any of these collection accounts on your guys' reports. Once again, our company has discharged over $250,000 in debt. And with that being said, and I don't tell you guys this at all to impress you, but to impress upon you that just 3 years ago, I just made a video on this. I just got into the space of consumer law and credit. And since we've been able to help tons of people, but not anywhere near the amount of people that I know we're going to reach and touch with this information. So if you guys are here, make sure to do your guys' part. Make sure to get the likes up. Make sure to share this video. And above all else, make sure to take action on the information that's included within here. So drop a 7 in the chat box if you guys have a collection on your guys' consumer report. I want to see who here all has a collection. Let's get the likes up as well too if you guys are just tuning in. Okay, so y'all may not know where to go. I'm going to give you guys a letter. I know a lot of you guys love the templates. I know a lot of you guys love letters. Really, ChatGPT can draft up anything for you guys nowadays, though. So what I'm going to give to you guys can insert into ChatGPT and have it change up and include more of your situation, more of your circumstance, included specifically with the account that you're going through and disputing with. But all of this is feasible. All of this can be done literally in seconds with you guys drafting up a letter through ChatGPT. I'm going to show you guys where you guys can go through and dispute and send out this dispute. And I'm going to give you guys the steps to take to get this account removed. I'm going to show you guys one of our clients whom was able to get over. Also, this as well too. It hits different when you're able to help your family, especially the individual who gave you birth, my mother, my beautiful mother, with this information. Let me show y'all this, man. So we already got her to above a 720. She had some collection accounts that were just added back onto her report. So let me show y'all this, man. So boom, over 92, over 124. This is my mom. What's on the TransUnion still? One more collection through portfolio. So we just removed over 7. That's why her score was able to go up over 124 points and 92 points. She said my sons and daughters in the Philippines are goats, and she said that because she knows about our agency overseas. I said, who taught them? But yeah, man, wanted to show you guys that one really quick. I'm gonna show you guys another one real quick of one of our clients. So y'all seen 93 points shot up, 124 points shot up. This one of our clients who just got $3,000 removed in check system from check system. This another one. Those are just inquiries right there. Here is a collection account. So what I'm going to show you guys is the exact same process, and why I'm showing you guys that we've been able to remove these collection accounts with. And you guys can do this through check system. You guys can do this through LexisNexis. You guys can do this through CoreLogic, SageStream, Innovis, any one of these consumer report agencies. So let's get right into this information. I'm writing to formally request validation of the alleged debt that you claim that I owe. And I'm sending this out through the CFPB. And I'm sending it out through the FDIC. I'll show you guys these regulators of these banks as well too. As per my rights under the FDCPA, specifically 15 USC 1692G, I demand that you provide me with proper valid proof of this alleged debt. Because we got to understand that the definition of debt is an obligation or an alleged obligation, meaning that they're allegedly claiming that we owe these debts. When they got to be able to validate and prove what it is that the claims in which they're putting out there. If they're not able to properly validate them under 15 USC 1692G, all debts must be removed. And that's right there, 15 USC 1692G are the 5 forms and steps that they need to properly validate these debts. I also love to request their methods of verification. I have a letter in our university, a template that I have in there where it basically touches upon everything in terms of methods of verification from these reporting agencies. So I'd highly advise you guys check that out. Please be advised that these statement or additionally in pursuant to 15 USC 1692 CC, I hereby demand that you cease and desist from any further communication with me regarding this matter. This includes but is not limited to phone calls, emails, letters, and any reporting to credit reporting agencies. A consumer report is considered a medium of communication, and I demand that this alleged debt be deleted from all of my consumer reports immediately. Failure to comply with this request will leave me no choice but to pursue legal action for harassment, abuse, and violations of my rights in pursuant to the FDCPA. Below is an itemized list of potential damages and costs you could incur if I choose to go through arbitration or litigation. Then I break down emotional distress, 3,000, invasion of privacy, 2,500, loss of credit worthiness, how much were you guys denied credit for, and if you guys have been denied credit, that's proof of damages being done. So whatever that account was, that amount, you guys list that. Legal fees and costs over 2,500, punitive damages over 1,500, other related damages 500. I expect a full validation of this debt in pursuant to 15 USC 1692G or a confirmation that the debt has been removed from my consumer reports within 30 days of receipt of this letter. Failure to do so will result in further actions as outlined. Please acknowledge receipt of this letter within 10 days and confirm that you will comply with my demands. Also, so that's the letter right there, but also within the cease and desist in 15 USC 1692 CC, right, this is what they must do when communicating with you guys. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to take you guys there really quick. I want you guys to understand how not in 1692 CC, but in 1692 CA, I believe. It talks about at any unusual time or place which should be known to be inconvenient to the consumer, they should not be communicating with us. A debt collector may not communicate with the consumer. So what I want you guys to understand is they do not define conveniency or when is inconvenient to you. You, the consumer, define when is convenient to you. And with that being said, you guys can elaborate how any time that they've ever reached out to you guys has been inconvenient. And that's a violation as well too in pursuant to 15 USC 1692 CA. So we would cite it like this: 1692 C parentheses A, and then we'll put parentheses 1, and you would put that the times in which they've reached out to you. If you guys have gotten phone calls, I can tell you guys firsthand how inconvenient the calls are that they're calling you guys. It doesn't matter what time of the day. It doesn't matter if you're off of work. It doesn't matter if you're at work. If they're calling you guys, it's inconvenient. So I want you guys to express that as well too in that letter, the cease and desist letter. But the cease and desist, what we're going to do with that is you guys are actually going to create a CFPB report. So we're going to come here to cfpb.gov. You guys can go to submit a complaint, and you guys are going to come here to start a new complaint. You guys will enter in your personal information, and then you guys will fill out the form. It's going to ask for your personal information, the business's information as to who you're filing it against, a description of what took place, what is the resolution that you would like. Right, the description is going to be that letter, literally cease and desisting all mediums of communication. Also how they've reached out to you guys during inconvenient times, also the validation of that debt. So these are all consumer law codes within the FDCPA. I want you guys to write that down. If you haven't yet, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which is the start of that is in pursuant to 15 USC 1692. With each one of these subchapters, you must know the definition section of each of these subchapters as well too. So I would highly advise, if there's any studying being done, that you guys are studying the definition section. So today specifically, when it comes to collections and getting collections removed, you want to look into 15 USC 1692A, which is the definition section of the FDCPA. So my guy Blue Kona Capri says Kia shortage, which was not what. Okay, I just sent my FTC report for Kia. They denied me the car I applied for, but I also discovered that they thought I couldn't afford it and I was too young for it. So instead, they ran my credit for a Kia shortage, which was not what I applied, or Sportage, which was not what I applied for. They did that without my knowledge. So the fact that they think that based off of age, I want you to look into, so you can't be discriminated based off of age, race, religion, etc., gender. So I want you to look into the equal credit opportunity for that one, Blue Kona, which is 15 USC 1691. All right. So I'm going to take you guys here to the FDIC. I just told you guys about the CFPB. Now you can also file a consumer complaint through the FDIC, which you guys may be familiar with this and see this in any and all bank as well too, family. So you guys will come here to the FDIC. I like to just put in consumer complaint, and then it's going to take me to a site just like this, and I'll come here. Where is it? There it goes. Submit a complaint. And then we'll create an account, register, and submit. And then you guys will submit your complaint. Now, the thing with this, give me any bank, give me a financial institution, give me a debt collector. You guys want to use their EIN number when you guys submit this complaint through the FDIC. It's going to help you guys get expedited results with getting that collection account deleted. All right, I sketch. If you guys have any questions as well too, please feel free to drop it throughout this live. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day to pour into yourself, to pour into your cup. Hey, I'm trying to buy a car, good credit, one inquiry, and a high credit score, but low credit history, so I keep getting denied. So if you keep getting denied as well, I sketch, I'm sure that you're probably getting a lot of inquiries. So first and foremost, you want to get those inquiries removed. We have a step-by-step blueprint in our university, also here on the YouTube, showing you how to create an FTC report to get those accounts removed. Create that FTC report. You can go to ftc.gov. I'll show you where you can go here in a second. US Bank. Okay. So let me show you guys this. You guys want to find the actual EIN number for US Bank, which I'm going to give you it. And then I'll show you about the FTC report here in a second. So the EIN number for a US Bank is 31-0841-368. Why we want to use their EIN number, these financial institutions' EIN number, just like they're using our social. This is going to pull up all of their information, and this is going to hold them civilly liable, and this is going to hold them, a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to hold them a lot more accountable for their wrongdoings and the violations in which they're taking place on. When they charge off these debts, they've already benefited off of that charge off. Again, not even mentioning from the beginning of the consumer credit transaction and them running your credit card, tapping into our unlimited credit plan and receiving that finance charge where they were already credited, but then they continue to receive payments from you, which they were getting double paid back on that, and then they get triple paid based off of charging off that account. They charge it off with the IRS. They count that as a loss. Now, when they count it as a loss, that's why we're using that EIN number, because this is the number that they are getting, that they've received from the IRS, and this is who's doing their tax audits and their tax returns. And so when we file a complaint about a charge off still being on our consumer report, even though that they already counted this off as a loss and they're still trying to collect this from us, this is what's going to allow us to get this account removed. Does that make sense? Because if I go to the IRS and I say, hey, I lost this, but I'm still trying to collect this, and typically in most cases, if you guys haven't been drawn here or shared this channel with somebody to be drawn here to this channel, then in most cases you guys are thinking to yourself, I got to pay off this charge off, I got to pay off this collection, when that is completely incorrect. And thank yourself for being here. Express that you love yourself, and self-love. I love myself, all for being here and doing the inner work that it took to get here, because now you guys know that you don't have to pay off not one collection, you don't have to pay off not one charge off. All these can be removed. And once again, if they're going to the IRS and counting this as a loss in their tax books, well, come now tax season, when the IRS is auditing their stuff, well, they're going to see an FDIC complaint of this consumer who, we see you guys counted this as a loss, but yet you're still trying to and attempting to collect this from that consumer. Well, you can't count it as a loss and still be trying to collect something from that consumer. The account is zeroed out. It's gone. It's we're paying you guys back for that. So the fact that you're trying to now collect that on top of that, you guys are now double dipping again. So that's why I use the EIN number. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, definitely rewatch this video. And I got you with the inquiries here in a second, and I'm going to give you some steps. So if it's just as well to you getting access, you're not having much credit history, I'll go over some things as well too for you. I love the questions though. I love the interaction. I love just to be here and have you guys present and being able to help you guys with anything. Also in the public Discord, we're doing weekly meetups where we're doing Q&As every Sunday. So if you guys got questions, feel free to come into our Discord and ask any questions in there as well too. You guys could, we do like a voice chat meeting. So you guys can go in there, unmute yourself, ask your question, and I'll be able to help you guys accordingly. We were just on the phone last night for like an hour doing such. So my guy Jeff said, hey Gotti, I got a judgment against me from a lawyer/debt collector in New York. They claim they're suing on the credit union's behalf, but I think they bought the debt and are lying. Jeff, let me tell you something, brother. You're 1,000% correct. And the fact that you are aware of that already, you're ahead of most people. So I'm going to show you guys, and that's why the FDCPA was put in place. So let me show you your law. So definitely what I just mentioned, cease and desist. Cease and desist is stopping all illegal activity. My guy Rio El Mystic, much love. Grateful for you to be here. So you're 1,000% right, Jeff. Let me show you something that will be applicable to your situation. Furnishing certain deceptive forms. So this is exactly what is going on. I highly advise all of you guys come here in the FDCPA and just go through and read each consumer law within the FDCPA. So we got congressional findings. This is what Congress found in Declaration of Purpose. Definitions of these are the definition section. Acquisition of location information. So this is them acquiring personal information. So when they're reaching out to you to acquire any personal information or verify any information, they must identify themselves. That's why they say, hey, this is Midland, credit management, or a debt collector, and we're attempting to collect a debt. They state that every time. They also must not state that a consumer owes any debt. They also must not communicate with any such person more than once unless requested to do so by that person, or unless the debt collector reasonably believes that the earlier response of such person is erroneous or incomplete, and that such person has correct or complete location information. So y'all got to get hip with location information. That's also within the definition section. But what I wanted to show you, Jeff, check this out, Jeff, is legal action. So really go through all of these, see and count up the violations, which ones are in accordance to your guys' situation. Really, you only need about 1 to 2. You don't need a million, codes. So a lot of people think the more the merry. It's not exactly correct. You can get anything removed with one account. So them sending you that and suing you with that motion, it's some deceptive form that they just drafted up 99% of the time. And it's unlawful to design, compile, and furnish any form knowing that such form would be used to create the false belief in a consumer that the person other than the creditor of such consumer is participating in the collection of or in an attempt to collect such debt such consumer allegedly owes such creditor when in fact such person is not participating. So key word right here, allegedly owes. It's all an allegation. They got to be able to properly validate and verify, which we were just talking about earlier, which is here in 1692G, validations of debt. These are the 5 things which they must provide to you to properly validate that debt. I want you guys to read admission of liability as well too. Right, under this section, nothing may be construed by any court as an admission of liability by the consumer. But above all else, family, when it comes to that, and really any of these debt collectors, this right here, cease and desist. And then also, who's the original creditor, Jeff? So who's the original creditor? So yes, they did buy the debts, and that's the thing is they bought these debts for pennies on the dollar. So I'm gonna give you guys this letter for being here. So this is a letter that I like to put in the chat GBT and have it, create something for me. So if the original creditor has an arbitration agreement, this is what I'm going to send to them. Sydney Federal Credit Union. Let's see. So let me show y'all this. We're here on ADR.org. You guys are going to come here to consumer. We're here on the consumer portal. You guys then will come here to view registered arbitration clause. This is what I refer to when I talk about this time and time again. We're going to view it. You guys will enter in personal information. So you guys can literally type in anything. Sometimes it pops up my personal information, so that's why I switched it back. Greetings, Gotti. What's your take on applying for a car loan online? I think when you do apply for a car loan, I think you should go in person into the branch, and I think that you guys should start with the credit unions or a regional bank. So Sydney, that's my take on it, brother. Sydney Federal Credit Union. Okay, so they're not governed by the American Arbitration Association. Check the agreement too, but this is where you would come to search it. So for my guy earlier, I think Blue Kona, U.S. Bank isn't governed by them neither. I know most banks are. Let's see, for example, Santander. We'd come here, click on the bank. This is the address we'd want to be disputing with, and this is the agreement that we're going to want to download and send to them. But let me give you guys a little insight on the letter. But right away, above all else, is cease and desist through the CFPB and the FDIC. That'll be very beneficial. Along with doing that FTC report, which I'm still going to show you iSketch, I got you. You can do collections through here, but inquiries is golden. Collections work perfect though as well too. So this is for a third-party debt collector. Let them know that since they bought this alleged debt from their original creditor for pennies on the dollar, they're now subject to the arbitration agreement in the original creditor's agreement. I'm well aware that just the initiation of arbitration alone will cost you guys thousands of dollars, and I know they only purchased this debt for pennies on the dollar. So I'm granting them one opportunity to settle this matter amicably. You guys can pay me $6,000 for the mental distress, anxiety, emotional distress, and financial hardships that this has caused me. They also must delete this trade line from any reporting agency it's reported to. I know that just the initiation of arbitration is well over $3,000 for this company, and you guys bought these debts for pennies on the dollar. Then I list out the itemization of each one of the costs. Costs it will take on them for the cost that it will take on them for the filing fees of both parties, arbitration initiation fee, arbitration deposit, and any legal costs incurred throughout the arbitration process. It will cost them to take them through arbitration. I kind of repeated myself right there. But I type all of this into ChatGPT, and I'll have it draft me up a letter. So it'll list out all of those, fees, which I just listed. So I'll go over those fees once again: the filing fees of both parties, the arbitration initiation fee, the arbitration deposit, and any legal costs incurred throughout the arbitration process. So include these in the letter, as well as in the ADR.org website. It states they will be covering these, which will cost tens of thousands of dollars, or we can settle the account from being removed from our report and pay the damages that have been incurred of 6,000 USD. So that's what I like to send to the reporting or to the debt collectors, and I like to do that through the CFPB. So now I'm going to take you here to the FTC. If anybody's got any more questions, let me know. If not, after this, we're going to be ending this call. So this is for my guy, iSketch. Let me know if you're still in here, brother. Drop I love myself in the chat. So we're going to come here to report identity theft. This also can be done for collections. We're here at ftc.gov. Now it takes us to identitytheft.gov. We're going to click get started. We're going to come here to I want to report identity theft, and it's a credit card account because we got to remember, in pursuant to 15 U.S.C. 1602, the definition of a credit card is any card, plate, or coupon book used to obtain money, property, or labor on services, meaning that's our social security number. So we want to come here to open a fraudulent credit card account, and then we want to create the report. We want to add in the bank's information for the inquiries or for the collection. If it's a collection account, we'll add the account number, we'll add the amount. If it's an inquiry, it won't have an amount or an account number, so we'll include these three. When did you notice it? Always this month, November of 2024, and then when the account was opened. When did they list that inquiry? We'll put that there. Then we'll go next, continue. It allows us to do that for 5 accounts right there. We'll add in our personal information, and then it'll have us put a description. And I just uploaded a video within our university showing you guys a letter that I use every time through the FTC complaint that I send as well too through the CFPB, how to create your own templates. All of that I just showed you guys. I'm literally showing you guys how to set up your own credit repair company through YBS University, and everything is on sale this week, including my personal mentorship for 50% off. So I'm running a Black Friday sale, 50% off. So if y'all haven't taken action on the Black Friday sale, I highly advise that you guys do so. That's all that I have for you guys today. If you guys are looking to get in tune with us, make sure to reach out to us at 305 575 2843. Once again, 305 575 2843. Above all else, make sure you guys are in our Discord. Make sure you guys are in our Facebook group. These are all open to the public, completely free, nothing attached to it. Just here looking to serve the masses. And we do tons of free calls for the public outside of YouTube. Every Sunday we meet up. We're doing that call. Typically it's either on Zoom or we'll meet up in the Discord and do that voice chat call that I was telling you guys about. Other than that, most of my time is dedicated towards my private community, such as those in the university, such as my personal mentorship where we do 2 calls a week. So if you guys are looking to get more access to me, I would highly advise that you guys all, rather than waiting for Black Friday to spend money on things that you won't even be using a year from now, make sure you guys take responsibility of your guys' finances and get your credit to where it needs to be and partner at limited time of 50% off. The mentorship sale is actually the most crazy. Yes, you guys can get the university for $49, but $97 alone already is cheap. And also with the mentorship, rather than paying the monthly fee, you get all of that, free, in terms of the university. And then you also get access to 2 calls a week. So on top of that, the trust. So I highly advise, if you didn't know, now you know, Black Friday sale is running 50% off everything. Appreciate y'all tuning in. One love. I'll see you guys. I may go live later on in a couple hours, but 100% we're going to be going live tomorrow. We're going live every single day to finish out the year. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. I appreciate you guys doing the inner work, man. I appreciate it. I love to see the results. I love to see my guy Joe back in motion, taking action and taking back control of your guys' life. That's what it is at the end of the day. So, I appreciate y'all. I value each and every single one of you guys. And I'll see you guys all at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. I also got a private call going over this business that I'm launching this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you guys are looking to get access to it, if you guys are looking to partner with me as well too, with this new venture, I'd highly advise that you guys all tune in, man. One love. Once again, I'll see you at the top, man. We out.